Why looks my lord so deadly pale? Why fades the crimson from his cheek? What can my dearest husband ail? Thy heartfelt cares, O Herman, speak. Why, at the silent hour of rest, dost thou in sleep so sadly mourn? Hast thou with heaviest grief oppressed, griefs too distressful to be borne? Why heaves thy breast? Why throbs thy heart? O speak, and if there be relief, thy Gertrude solace shall impart, if not, at least shall share thy grief. Wan is that cheek, which once the bloom of manly beauty sparkling shewed. Dim are those eyes in pensive gloom, that late with keenest lustre glowed. Say why, too, at the midnight hour, you sadly pant and tug for breath, as if some supernatural power were pulling you away to death. Restless though sleeping, still you groan, and with convulsive horror start. O Herman, to thy wife make known that grief which preys upon thy heart. O Gertrude, how shall I relate the uncommon anguish that I feel? Strange as severe is this my fate, a fate I cannot long conceal. In spite of all my wonted strength, stern destiny has sealed my doom. The dreadful malady at length will drag me to my tomb. But say, my Herman, what's the cause of this distress, and all thy care, that vulture-like thy vitals gnaws, and galls thy bosom with despair? Sure this can be no common grief, sure this can be no common pain. Speak, if this world contain relief, that soon thy Gertrude shall obtain. O Gertrude, 'tis a horrid cause. O Gertrude, 'tis unusual care, that, vulture-like, my vitals gnaws, and galls my bosom with despair. Young Sigismund, once my dear friend, but lately he resigned his breath. With others I did him attend unto the silent house of death. For him I wept, for him I mourned, paid all to friendship that was due. But sadly friendship is returned, thy Herman he must follow too. Must follow to the gloomy grave, in spite of human art or skill. No power of earth my life can save, 'tis fate's unalterable will. Young Sigismund, my once dear friend, but now my persecutor foul, doth his malevolence extend, even to the torture of my soul. By night, when wrapped in soundless sleep, all mortals share a soft repose. My soul doth dreadful vigils keep, more keen than which hell scarcely knows. From the drear mansion of the tomb, from the low regions of the dead, the ghost of Sigismund doth roam, and dreadful haunts me in my bed. There, vested in infernal guise, by means to me not understood, close to my side the goblin lies, and drinks away my vital blood, sucks from my veins the streaming life, and drains the fountain of my heart. O Gertrude, Gertrude, dearest wife, unutterable is my smart. When sure-fitted the goblin dire, with banqueting by suckled gore, will to his sepulchre retire, till night invites him forth once more. Then will he dreadfully return, and from my veins life's juices drain, whilst, slumbering, I will with anguish mourn, and toss with agonizing pain. Already I'm exhausted, spent, his carnival is nearly over, my soul with agony is rent, tomorrow I shall be no more. But, O my Gertrude, dearest wife, the keenest pangs hath last remained. When dead, I too shall seek thy life, thy blood by Herman shall be drained. But to avoid this horrid fate, soon as I am dead, and laid in earth, drive through my corpse a javelin straight. This shall prevent my coming forth. O watch with me this last sad night, watch in your chamber here alone, but carefully conceal the light until you hear my parting groan. Then at what time the vesper bell of yonder convent shall be tolled, that peal shall ring my passing knell, and Herman's body shall be cold. Then and just then thy lamp make bare, the startling ray, the bursting light, shall from my side the goblin scare, and shew him visible to sight. The livelong night poor Gertrude sate, watched by her sleeping, dying lord. The livelong night she mourned his fate, the object whom her soul adored. Then at what time the vesper bell of yonder convent sadly tolled, then was pealed his passing knell. The hapless Herman, he was cold. Just at that moment Gertrude drew from 'neath her cloak the hidden light, when, dreadful, she beheld in view the shade of Sigismund, sad sight. Indignant rolled his ireful eyes, that gleamed with wild horrific stare, and fixed a moment with surprise, beheld aghast the enlightening glare. His jaws cadaverous were besmeared with clotted carnage o'er and o'er, and all his horrid whole appeared distent and filled with human gore. With hideous scowl the spectre fled, she shrieked aloud, then swooned away. The hapless Herman in his bed, all pale, a lifeless body lay. Next day in council 'twas decree, urged at the insistence of the state, that shuddering nature should be freed from pests like these. It was too late. The choir then burst the funeral dome, where Sigismund was lately laid, and found him, though within the tomb, still warm as life and undecayed. With blood his visage was distained, ensanguined were his frightful eyes. Each of former life remained, saved that all motionless he lies. The corpse of Herman they contrive to the same sepulchre to take, and through both carcasses they drive deep in the earth a sharpened stake. By this was finished their career, through this no longer they can roam. From them their friends have naught to fear, both quiet keep the slumbering tomb.